I'm gonna expose 5 myths that are destroying your son's opportunity to earn the best college football scholarships. And these are coming from someone who actually earned a D1 football scholarship at Ole Miss despite being just 5'7" and 150 pounds. Myth number 1, you must go to a private or a big known school. Now this couldn't be further from the truth. Now it wouldn't be fair for me to say that if you go to a big known school that most college coaches know about, that you wouldn't have more coaches flowing through and visiting your school. With that being said, that doesn't mean that those aren't the only athletes that are getting scholarships. Does it help? Absolutely. But in today's modern day of X and social media and email and getting in front of coaches so easily online, you can get in front of coaches and get them to watch your highlight video easier than them visiting your school. A lot of times coaches visit schools, they'll even meet with players without ever even watching their highlight video, and it just becomes a giant waste of time. So you have a faster path today to get in front of coaches and get them to watch your video if you do outreach properly than just coaches visiting your school. So does it help? Sure. Is it going to guarantee you get a scholarship? Absolutely not. And going to a small school or not going to a private school, that definitely doesn't stop you from getting the best scholarship offers possible. Myth number 2, you must be the best player. Now, when you look at the actual numbers, there's 1.1 million high school football players. And in reality, there's hundreds of thousands of really good football players. The ones that get offers and opportunities are the ones that get in front of coaches that the coaches actually know about. The bottom line is if coaches don't know who you are, they cannot give you an opportunity. And with hundreds of thousands of really, really talented and good high school football players, you've got to be able to stand out. So 1, you got to market yourself. 2, you got to do outreach to get in front of those coaches consistently. And then 3, not only do you have to be a great player, but you also need the intangibles: coachability, commitment, grit, motivation. These are all intangibles that can separate you from everybody else. And the best part is you can show coaches these intangibles online, on phone calls, and ultimately on visits when you can get coaches to offer you the opportunity to come out and meet with them in person. And if you're here watching this on YouTube, I'd highly suggest going to our playlist that has all of the athletes that we've mentored. And a lot of them that earn scholarships are absolutely not even the best players on their team. And one that didn't even get a chance to play their senior year. And although the top ESPN 300 are absolutely gonna get scholarships, and everything I share doesn't actually correlate for them, there's a massive pool of good and talented football players that all they need to do is learn how to market themselves, sell themselves, confidently communicate with college coaches, and get in front of the most coaches possible. And most importantly, the ones that look at themselves like a business. And a business is made up of 3 parts: marketing, sales, and the product. You are the product, and most people and most players focus solely on the product. However, it's not the most talented and the best football players that get scholarships. It's the ones that absolutely focus on the product and have a good one, but also spend a lot of their time on the marketing and sales. And that's the confidently communicating with college coaches, that's marketing themselves on social media, that's doing outreach and sales via email and social media to get in front of the most college coaches possible. And then once they're in front of them, having the communication skills to be able to properly and humbly sell themselves into visits and visits into offers. Myth 3, scholarships are given to players. Now, like always, this isn't relevant for the top ESPN 300. They are absolutely given scholarships, and quite frankly, their communication skills do not matter. However, for the other 99% of the 1% that get scholarships, they have to go out and earn it. Unfortunately, most parents and players that I speak to share with me that they're waiting for their coach to do the outreach and to make those connections, or they're sitting back and just saying, if I play really well, coaches will find me. And just like in business, you can't start a business and just say, oh, people will find me because I'm really good at what I do. It's just not how the world works. And unfortunately, teaching 15, 16, 17, and 18-year-olds this lesson can really hold them back in a lot of things in their life. And most importantly, the fact that they have to learn how to go out and get what they want. Competition is fierce, and it's fierce everywhere. No one's gonna give you anything. Nothing's gonna be handed to you. It's the ones that step up, learn the skills, and go after what they want that are gonna have the best opportunities. Obviously, at 5'7", 150 pounds, no one gave me anything out of high school. I had to earn an opportunity at 1AA school in Jacksonville. Unfortunately, I got cut, and then I had to earn another opportunity through building relationships with coaches to get a spot at Ole Miss. And quite frankly, these were all lessons that changed the rest of my life and have allowed me to even be able to make this video. So to me, it's critical to teach the young men and the athletes today how to step up, learn skills, and go after what it is they want in their life. And never just sit back and wait for opportunities to come to them. I understand the mindset of saying, if I'm really good, they'll find me, but unfortunately, this isn't Field of Dreams. If you build it, you will come. Myth number 4, you must have stars. I hear all the time that the players that get the scholarship opportunities are players with stars. And yes, this is actually true for the SEC, the Big Ten, and most Power 4 programs. However, for the other 90% of scholarships, this isn't the case. And even sometimes at the Power 4 level, you see a guy that didn't have any stars get a scholarship. These rating platforms are trying to rate over 1 million high school football players. And quite frankly, they miss quite a bit. And they just don't have time to rank over 950,000 players that don't get ranked. There's tons of 3, 4, and 5-star talent players that just never get ranked, never get known, never get seen, because they don't know how to market and sell themselves. And so some athletes will go on this journey of going from camp to camp to camp to try and get stars. However, it's the reverse. You get stars by getting offers, and you get offers by getting informed coaches, which leads me back to the ability to market and sell. Now, I'm not totally against if you get an opportunity or an invite to go to a camp where you can get ranked. Just make sure it's a very notable source like 247 Sports or On3. There's pop-up rankings all over the place that literally mean nothing to Division I and Division II coaches. The bottom line is focus on getting offers and stars will come, which leads me to myth number 5. You have to spend thousands of dollars on camps. Unfortunately, the camp industry has become absolutely, well, let's just say awful. There are tons of pop-up camps all over the place. In fact, one of our players that was told college coaches would be at the camp asked the guy that ran the camp while he was there, where are all the college coaches? And the guy literally said to him, they're hiding in the shadows. This is an unfortunate event and felt really bad for the fact that he was traveling all over the country before he met us, spending thousands of dollars on camps. Now, I will say there are a time and a place for camps, and they're very powerful when used properly. One of the things we teach all our athletes is to make sure you have a relationship with who invited you to that camp, or you know coaches who will be there who invited you, so that you can actually have a chance to meet with them, visit with them, and they're going to evaluate you properly. If you've ever been to a camp and you notice that coaches aren't paying attention to you, but they're paying attention to 5, 6, 7 other guys, that's because they had the relationship with them beforehand, and you're there to just, well, pay the bill. So although there is a time and a place to go to camps, it isn't the only source of getting a scholarship. Instead, you want to focus on all the different avenues you can to get a scholarship. And camps, yes, are one of them. However, they're about 20% of the equation. And typically, they're there to fact check, meaning you marketed yourself, you reached out to a coach, they checked you out, you had a phone call with them, and now they're inviting you specifically to a camp to either check out your 40 time, to check out your size, the height check, weight check. They want to make sure that you fit the criteria and your actual game film. Now, when you use camps in this matter, you're going to spend your money and most importantly, your time much more valuably. Because instead of spending your time going to camps with just a few coaches, possibly, that have a chance to evaluate you, you could spend that time reaching out to tens, if not hundreds of other coaches. And then once a coach is highly interested in you, spend that time going to their camps. These are the 5 biggest myths and misconceptions that parents and athletes share with me that's holding them back from getting a scholarship. At the end of the day, you could see it's the ones that focus on building a business and spending a larger amount of their time on marketing themselves and selling themselves. One last bonus tip I'll give you is that a lot of athletes that start marketing themselves and doing outreach target the wrong schools. And if you target the wrong schools, then any marketing and any outreach that you do will not work. So the first and most important step is to make sure you're targeting divisions and schools that meet your level of play. And in order to do that, I highly suggest getting a professional evaluation. If you'd like us to do a professional evaluation and to see if your son meets the criteria to get one, I'll leave a link right in the description below. Now, if you got value from this video and you'd like to watch more videos just like it, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you'd like to watch my latest video where I share the easiest way to get a college football scholarship guaranteed, then you're gonna wanna watch this video right here.